want to do a trick to a spectator that punches them right in the cunt, that they don't see it coming from so far away that they have no other reaction but just to spontaneously ejaculate all over the desk? Well, this is not that sort of trick. This is a sort of cute little opener that you can do to get into a certain type of trick that'll become apparent as the trick progresses. But it could have the potential to punch them right in the cunt if done to the right crowd and done in the right context. So let me show you guys a trick here. And you don't have to use this mechanics deck. You could use any deck you want. This particular deck is it's a good deck apart from the demo video with whoever the fuck that guy was. So you could pretty much just improvise here and use your own deck. So for this, take the cards out of the box. You could do whatever fancy cut you want at this point. And ultimately, you're going to need the jokers here. So you show them that you've managed to cut 2 jokers. But 2 jokers aren't enough for this trick. You're going to need more jokers. And thankfully, this deck happens to have more than 2 jokers. So let me see if I could find those jokers as well in a Dan and Dave Buck Twins style. Oh, there you go. How crazy is that? See, I found the other 2 jokers in the deck. That's insane. So pretty much the trick is going to involve the jokers. You're going to need to have 2 sets, and what you do is that oh shit. Oh, I guess we're going to do an ace trick then. So we'll just go ahead with an ace trick there. Cunt punch. Cunt punch. So this is obviously a trick that you could use to get into any sort of ace routine if you want to. It's sort of this kickback idea that I saw John Kerry in a John Kerry sort of video. So simple enough to do. You need the aces, and you only need 2 jokers for this particular trick. So all you need to do really, if you want to make it easier, because you do need at some point to do a little bit of a triple, quadruple lift here. So if you want, you could give the jokers a little bit of a bend. That goes. So you put these aces on top of the deck, followed by your little setup here. That goes in the box, and you're ready to go. So you notice, because of the bend, it becomes very easy to just pick up the top 4 cards and turn them over in the deck. So that's going to be one of the only moves that you do here. So that goes in there, that goes in the box, and you're ready. You tell them, oh, I'm going to show you a great trick with the 4 jokers. That's right. So this deck happens to have 4 jokers, but you got to find them first, and you insert whatever. See, this is a good opportunity to practice whatever fancy finger-flicking fuckery that you want to do in the context of finding the jokers. This is when it's appropriate. So see, because of the bend that we put in the cards earlier, we're going to be able to turn those jokers around with relatively no effort. And really, it's sort of a quadruple lift in this case. So make sure to bend that card. Take the time to bend the cards before you start with this trick to make your life a lot easier. So you do a lift here on 4 cards as 2. So you're going to spin these 4 cards around as if they're 2 cards, because you're going to be hiding the aces behind the jokers. So these cards, of course, you say, oh, look, I already found 2 jokers after that wondrous cut. You turn these cards over. Of course, these are the aces. Put them on top of the card box. The reason I do that is because I don't want to go through a fumbling process here where I have to kind of grip in there to turn these cards over later. So if you put them on the box, you could just turn them over and you're good to go. So next move right here, you're going to do another false shuffle or false cut or whatever you want to do to find the other 2 jokers and establish a break underneath the second ace. So you're going to need a little bit of a pinky break there. Now you have 2 options at this point. If you want to do this yourself, what you're going to have to do is, as you're turning these 2 cards over, you're going to do the flip it move with this half. So you're going to do the standard flip it move with this hand to show the aces. Now, this is under the pretext of flipping these 2 cards over, so it's not something they're going to necessarily see right off the bat, which is why it's a sort of a kickback trick here. So once they're distracted by looking at these aces, if you're going to do this particular method, you're going to turn these supposed jokers around. You're going to do the flipping move as you turn these jokers around, and you're going to go, oh, wait a second. Oh, man, no, it turns out I can't use the jokers. I'm just going to have to use the aces. What? These were jokers a second ago. And, you know, whatever it is that you would say in your country to get the spectators moist. So that's one method to do it. If you have the spectators turn the cards over, so they supposedly turn the jokers face up, you have all the time in the world to do whatever it is that you want to do. So once they turn over the jokers and they're distracted doing this action, all you got to do is just flip this whole packet around and you're ready to go. Once they look back up at you, you should be holding these two jokers, supposedly to them, which have turned into aces, and everyone spontaneously ejaculates because they don't know how to react to this sort of kickback style trick. So that's a simple enough trick to do, which gets pretty good reactions, I would say. It's pretty cunt punchable. It's not 100% cunt punchable, but for the right crowd and in the right situation, it's definitely a cunt punch worthy trick. So there you go. Practice it. Make sure to do some like the Patreon. Make sure to show your friends that you are the life of the party as well.
Again, when I see you 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 again.